All right, hi, real estate enthusiasts. So I wanted to come in and kind of update you guys a little bit on the back end of a storage facility. So you guys have probably been seeing the videos, kind of and following me a little bit. And so we purchased a storage facility. And so I wanted to show you guys and kind of do like a little walkthrough of what we've been doing for our takeover on the back end. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. And as you will notice, a lot of the things I do on the back end are in Google Drive. So some of you might have a lot of like different CRM systems, but in my real estate business, I do everything through Google Drive. And so I am going to walk you through what I do. I'm not saying it's the right or wrong way, but I'm just showing you kind of the steps that we've taken, what we've put in place, and the first things that we've worked on since we've taken over the facility. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. And one second, here we go. Okay, so let me move this top piece out of the way. All right. So hopefully you guys are looking at the Zoom, the Zoom notification. So I am going to go ahead and click on my current tenants tab. So what I did, and this is really what you want to do. This is the little piece before and after storage facility takeover. So as you are working with the current owners, you really want to get all of the leases that they currently have. So what I've done is I took all the leases that we were able to get, and I wonder if you guys can see this screen sharing thing because it's kind of in the way. Let me move it just in case. So what I went ahead and did was I took all of the leases and I put them in an Excel sheet in my Google Drive. So I put the tenant information, when they leased, their addresses. Let me go ahead and scroll this down so you don't see that. So their names, when they leased, their phone numbers, the size of the unit that they have rented, the price that they are currently renting it for, their unit number, and their address. And I have a couple other tabs in here that I'm going to go ahead and hopefully scroll over for you guys. So since takeover, what I have done is I've actually started calling every single tenant in our facility. I've gotten on the phone with them to kind of see where they're at with the rent and how they like to pay and what their current address is. So I initially filled it out with the address that they have on their current lease. And so what I did was I followed up with all the tenants to make sure that the address was still correct. Because what we have done is we're sending out letters announcing that we're the new owners, what the new company name is going to be, what the new management's going to be, the new contact information, and et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to show you guys kind of an example of a letter that we sent out, just so you guys know kind of what that looked like. So, I obviously wanted their address to be updated. Nothing's perfect. You don't get to, in touch with everybody, but I called and texted everyone that we had information for. So then I just made extra tabs for myself, just for my admin information. So who I called, if their phone number worked, if I got a hold of them, if I left a voicemail, if I texted them instead. So that's what I created this column for. My comments is, did I change the address? Did I get an updated address? And anything that I needed specifically to that current tenant. Some of them had different houses, some of them traveled a lot, some of them only paid by check, different information. Some of them paid 2 months in advance. So now I know what information I either need to then go back to the old owners or what I need for my own operations moving forward. I also created a letter sent to new owners tab. And so I was able to update who I sent it to, who I didn't. And then as we get mail back, then I'll create a new tab saying what got kicked back to me, and we'll try even more trying to find those tenants. And worst case scenario, it just takes a little bit. You really want to keep a relationship with the old owners. So if for some reason there's a tenant that you cannot get in touch with via phone call or text message or sending out a letter, If they're actually paying rent to the original owners, it's really, really good to stay in touch with them, because if they, go into that office or however they were paying rent before, you want to be able to have a good relationship with the old owners, that you can follow up with them and say, hey, I still haven't been able to reach out to so-and-so. If they connect with you, we are trying to get rent, something like that. So hopefully, not all cases, but some cases, the original owners will be really nice. They'll talk to you about it. They understand it's a business to business transaction, and transition takes time, and that they won't take the money and run. So this is what we've started with. And as you had seen earlier, I had, highlighted ones that I didn't have information on, wasn't able to send out, etc. So create a system that works for you. That's why I love Google Drive. I can change the numbers around, I can change my columns around, and I can change my coloring. So this is kind of my back end. So with this back end, we have a website. So this is our website. So on the back end, and I'm going to do this in another tutorial. So we are using ESS. There's lots of different systems out there. I am not like promoting or saying ESS has to be the one. But that's just how we have set it up. So on the back end, we're able to put in our information and create basically a map of our facility. And so when they go into rent online, it's not set up yet. So like I said, this is still in play. So that's why I wasn't going to show you guys the back end to this piece yet. But what I'm going to do is, with my Excel sheet, I'm able to go in the back end of our website and put in the tenant's name, which unit they have. And so then I can tell the system which units are rented or unavailable. And so as new tenants come and they click on book online or rent a storage facility, they won't be able to rent out a facility that's already been rented out. So that's kind of, like I said, I'm going to go over that in another video, but I wanted to let you guys know that you definitely want to get a website and you want to be online, and ESS is just one of the many. There's like storage and a couple other ones. But you need to, you're going to have to manually update the website until you get that set up. And then once that's completely set up, then your tenants moving forward, they'll be able to rent through your website, and it'll automatically, select the storage facility and update all that information. And so with my Excel sheet, now I have a quick kind of go-to of what my tenants' names are, which unit they have, and how much for, when their lease was. And so I can manually put that all in really quickly and easily, because it's very clean transition from there. So that is the tenant side of what we created. So this is the letter that we sent out. So basically, this is our new company name. This is our company address. I find it really helpful to send out letters to every one of the tenants because there's just so much spam and scams nowadays, especially we bought it during the holiday season. And during this time, it seems that there's so many scams that go through. So letters are really powerful. So not only did I get on the phone with them, but now they're getting something in the mail. And so now they're like, okay, this is the owner, this is the contact information. Plus, when you get a letter in front of them, they can actually read through it. There's directions. Now they have our email and our phone number tangible in front of them, instead of me just calling them or me texting them and them having to go through and kind of find that. So now they have a letter that they can just put on their fridge, put in their office, whatever it may be, shows them where to do rent, shows them how to do maintenance. I even made sure that I said, if you're still mailing checks, which, we want to transition out our tenants away from that, or as we get new tenants in and push the old ones out, however that works, we want to get away from mailing checks in. But I wanted to make sure that all questions were answered when it comes to being able to pay rent, because that is the key in the transition piece of it, is to get every single tenant, to get in touch with every single one of them and re-update where they're sending rent to. So those are the two biggest pieces of that. So every single company that we create, we have a specific drive for that company and a specific email for that company. And we update it on Google Business. So I do, like I said, my companies, I run 100% through Google Drive and Google Business, right, wrong, or indifferent, whatever it may be. But here you can see I can automatically share with my business partner. You know, we have our tax EIN number. We have all the leases from the original owners. This right here has all the documents for our closing, our insurance information. So we can keep all of our business documents in our drive organized. So Lufkin Self-Storage, it has all the business documents that we need and have prior to closing, during closing, and after closing. And so every time I go to the facility, I take photos and I upload it also into Google Drive. And so we can see kind of the current status of the property. And as we are reaching out to contractors and getting bids and different things, we're creating folders and uploading that as well. So it's a very quick way to share data with business partners or to keep track in different folders as you're doing it. And this is our email. So instead of it getting sent to my business partner or getting sent to me or getting mixed up with our other companies, now all of our emails are going specific here. So I mean, this is our utility company, our lending company, like everything is going through this now. So it's very clean, very organized, and very easy to keep track of. And so that is definitely how I do it. And the last piece I was going to pop in on here was to show you, maybe it's on here. Oh, shoot. Sorry, everybody. I had it. I Googled it and I had it up here. So it'd be very quick and easy to hop into. So the first thing that we also do, obviously the website is still a piece that's in play, but the first piece of takeover, you want to make sure that you're found on Google. So what, let me go ahead. So this particular property, especially a mismanaged property. So this particular property was not on Google at all. So unless you knew the specific address, you could not find the property whatsoever. So I obviously typed in the specific address, but you can go to Google and you can type in Lufkin, you can type in self-storage, anything, and our company will pop up. So it does take a minute for everything to be updated. So we have our company name. We are getting reviews up. That is a huge piece to push you up the Google review. And we just recently were able to verify, because when you do Google Business, you have to verify your company. So that does take, make sure you estimate that. That does take a week or two to be able to get that verified and then go back in and make sure that everything is showing up. So we're going to get our facility photos updated. We're going to get our contact information updated for everyone as they Google, because just so you know, Google's so powerful. If someone is driving around Lufkin or near it and they're like, self-storage is near me, if you are not on Google Business, it will not come up. They will not be able to find you. So make sure this is one of the first steps that you do when you take over a property. And so as you can see, when I click on our website pops up. And once we complete the back end of it, then they'll be able to just rent directly from the website online. So literally, as potential tenants are driving near or around Lufkin, they can literally just Google self-storage near me. Our company is going to pop up because we have reviews. Now we're on Google and our name is Lufkin Self-Storage. So it's automatically names or keywords that people are typing in when they're Googling it. And then as they open it up, they'll either be able to call us directly from the Google Business page, or they can click on the website and this will come up and they'll be able to rent directly online. So just a couple of key pieces for the admin of it, and just thinking through the whole operational piece of a company when you take over. So still working on a couple kinks and pieces, but I wanted to pop in and let you guys kind of know organizational for operation takeover. With this is in particular storage facility, but pretty much businesses in general. This is what we do for all of our properties, not just storage facilities. So just so you know, getting that individual Google Drive for that specific business, that their own email, their own phone number, and their own website, and making sure that you're showing up on Google Business, and making sure you have all the tenant information. It's all completely organized, and you are instantly getting in front of the tenants and letting them know that you are the new owners, you are the point of contact, and to create that new habit for them. And so they don't connect or reach out to the old owner. So it does take time. Businesses do take time to transition. So last summary of, following back up what we talked about is make sure you are able to maintain a relationship with the old owners. I know that's hard, especially with real estate transactions. Sometimes they get tricky and it gets really stressful. But if you are able to support them through that whole piece, they will be able to support you after takeover. And that's a really powerful relationship for the first 3 months while you're working on the kinks and the transition and getting in touch with all the tenants. So hopefully this was helpful. And you're able to better, organize or know which steps to take when you are taking over your commercial real estate property. Again, I'm going to go through a couple other pieces that we have done. This was really quick. I could have gone a lot deeper into each piece of it, but I really wanted to give you kind of a broad overview of what we did, what to expect, and kind of what to emphasize. So as we clean up our back ends, it does take some time. So it's only been, I think it's been like 3 weeks or so. Then I'll show you the back end of everything and how it looks on the ESS process. But awesome. Let me know your guys' questions. Definitely subscribe below. Like I said, we've taken over the storage facility, but I am a commercial real estate investor. So I will definitely be talking more about underwriting as well, different commercial real estate terms, etc. And I do have a membership portal. So if you are ever wanting to invest in the commercial real estate, or you're in commercial real estate and you've always wanted to try a different asset class, then definitely check out my membership portal. We touch on everything and anything and everything from A to Z for commercial real estate investing mindset, business income boosts, and business tactics in general, and many different asset classes that you probably haven't even thought of yet. So that is for my memberships. That's also available below. You can check out the website. Other than that, just keep subscribed so I can keep following you through this storage facility journey and other commercial real estate investing advice along the way. So have a fabulous day. I hope this was awesome for you guys, and stay tuned for the next video.